All right, so if you've ever built an app with LangChain, you know exactly the feeling I'm talking about. You've got it running, it's working perfectly on your own computer, but then you hit that wall.
Yeah, that's the big question, right? Now what? This is that classic moment where your awesome prototype runs smack into the real world of production. I mean, how do you actually get that brilliant AI logic you've built out there so people can, use it through an API?
Because let's be real, it's not just one simple thing. It's a whole laundry list of, well, headaches. You've got to create all the API endpoints. You have to wrestle with async requests so your whole app doesn't just lock up. You want those cool real-time streaming responses? You got to build that too. Oh, and don't forget generating API docs so other people can figure out how to use it, and managing all the error handling. It's a lot. A massive headache, for sure. But what if there was a way to just skip all of that? A solution built specifically to take away all that pain? Well, you're in luck. There is. It's called LangServe, and it's the official solution, straight from the folks who made LangChain. So what is LangServe exactly? Think of it as the official deployment toolkit for LangChain. Its entire purpose in life is to take that chain you've already perfected and, this is the magic part, automatically wrap it up into a production-ready REST API. And it does this using FastAPI, which is a brilliant choice, by the way. FastAPI is known for being super fast and great at handling all those async requests, making it a perfect partner for LLMs. Okay, to really get why this is such a game changer, I've got a great analogy for you. Let's stop thinking about this like a coding problem for a second, and instead imagine we're opening a restaurant. Now, if you build your own API from scratch, that's like building a restaurant from an empty plot of land. You're designing the kitchen, picking out the tables, figuring out the plumbing. I mean, it's a huge project that could take months, right? LangServe, though. LangServe is like getting a franchise. The whole restaurant is already designed. The kitchen layout is proven, the infrastructure is there, everything is ready to go. All you need to do is show up with your secret recipe, which, in our case, is your LangChain app. You're ready to serve customers almost immediately. Okay, so that's the big idea. But what does this look like in the code? Is it actually that simple? Oh yeah, this is where it gets really good. It basically boils down to one single line. This right here, this is the whole shebang. Add routes. You just tell it which FastAPI app to use, give it the chain you already made, and tell it what URL path you want. And that's it. Seriously. But here's what's so wild. That one little line of code is doing a ton of work for you behind the scenes. It's not just making one endpoints. No way. It creates an @invoke endpoint for your basic single question calls. It creates a batch endpoint so you can send a bunch of questions at once, which is way more efficient. It creates a stream endpoint for those awesome real-time word-by-word responses. And get this, it even generates a full set of interactive API docs for you. All of that from one line, automatically. So the main thing to remember is this. All that complicated stuff we talked about at the beginning, the async, the streaming, the documentation, LangServe just does it for you. It takes care of all that complexity so you can get back to doing the fun part, building amazing AI applications. All right, so obviously LangServe isn't the only way to deploy an app, but it's really important to know when it's the right tool for the job. So let's break down that decision. So when should you reach for LangServe? Well, first off, if you're using a LangChain chain, that's a huge green flag. This is what it was built for. It's also perfect if you just need a solid, standard REST API. If you like the idea of using the official, supported path, which means less weird bugs, it's a great choice. And if you just want to get things done fast and keep it simple, LangServe is your best friend. Oh, and if you're already using FastAPI for other stuff, it's an absolute no-brainer. And this chart really just lays it all out. Let's look at the options. If you just use FastAPI by itself, well, you're doing everything manually. The API generation, the streaming, the docs. What about Streamlit? Great tool, but it's for building user interfaces, not really a backend API. And going fully custom? Sure, you get total control, but you're also on the hook for building everything from scratch. LangServe is the only one here that's truly LangChain native and ticks all those boxes automatically. API gen? Check. Streaming? Built in. Docs? Done. It's purpose-built for this exact problem. Okay, so let's boil this all down. What are the big takeaways? 1. LangServe is the official way to deploy LangChain apps as APIs. It's the standard. 2. Its power is in the automation.
You get all that stuff, endpoints, streaming, docs, without writing the code for it. And 3, it just makes getting to production so much simpler. It cuts out a huge amount of work standing between your great idea and your users.
And that really leaves us with one last question to think about. You've put in all this effort to build some amazing AI logic. The absolute last thing you want is for the deployment process to be the reason it never sees the light of day. So you have to ask yourself, is your deployment strategy holding you back? Because LangServe might just be the thing that sets it free.